G'day, my name is Jenny. I'm going to be making a mega amount of pre-cooked freezer meals for the family. Now it's important to know what you are going to be cooking and to have everything ready. So I've made a plan. I've gathered my utensils, my ingredients, and my stamina, and I'm going to get started cooking. Now I'm going to be cooking all of these meals over the next couple of days. So some of the footage will be in daylight and some I've filmed at night. Now when you're cooking meals, it's great to make them from scratch, but if you don't have the time, it's perfectly okay to use a pre-made marinade or a jar of sauce from the grocery store. When I'm using a jar of sauce, I like to add some extra ingredients to personalize them. But I will include a recipe if you'd like to make any of these meals from scratch. At the end, I'll show you my freezer meal stockpile. So let's go cook and fill up my freezer. Freezer meal number 1 is satay chicken. Now I clean and cut the chicken fillets into smaller pieces, and I gently cook it in the banquet fryer. If I'm using a store marinade, I add extra peanut butter and some coconut milk to make it really creamy. But if you want to make a sauce from scratch, mix these ingredients together. You'll need a teaspoon of mild curry powder, 1 cup of coconut milk, half a cup of water, 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, half a teaspoon of turmeric, and some salt and pepper. Now you'll mix it all together, heat through, then let it cool down and bag it into the labelled Ziploc bags. Make sure you freeze the bags flat. I serve this with rice. Freezer meal number 2 is honey soy chicken. Now first you gently cook the diced chicken. You can add a store-bought sauce or you can make your own. A really quick and easy sauce is to mix together 2 teaspoons of garlic, 1/3 cup of honey, some chicken stock, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and some salt and pepper to taste. Once that's cooked, you can cool it down and bag the meal. I like to serve this with rice and some Asian vegetables. Freezer meal number 3 is creamy tomato chicken. Dice the chicken fillets and get those cooked first. I added a jar of tomato garlic sauce. If you would like to make your own, you can mix together some tomato sauce, garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, cream and some grated Parmesan cheese. I added a tin of mashed baby carrots. Now, if you have small children and you need to hide some veggies in one of your family meals, this is a great way to do it. You can take something, you can mash it down and pop it through one of these sauces and in with the meat, and the kids are never going to know that it's in there. Now, I also added 1 tin of tomatoes, some garlic, diced onions and mushrooms. Mixed it all through, let it cool down and put it into the Ziploc bags. I like to serve this with pasta. Freezer meal number 4 is a family favourite, sausage hot pot. Now, I cooked our beef sausages, let them cool down and then cut them into small pieces. Then I added the onion, carrots and beans. The sauce is made up of some oil, honey, garlic, salt and pepper. Put in some stock and a dessert spoon of brown sugar and an extra tin of tomatoes. Mix it all together, let it cool, bag, label and freeze. This is great when it's served with mashed potatoes. Freezer meal number 5 is some beef chow mein. Now we're going to cook the mince and make sure you drain the extra oil from the meat. Then you're going to add in your chopped celery and carrot and mix well. And then pour in the sauce, which is very simple. 1 teaspoon of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce and 1 cup of stock. You can add extra seasonings if you like and adjust it to your own personal taste. Then you put in the cut up cabbage and heat until it's all tender. Then wait for it to cool and put it in the bags. I like to serve this with some rice or some noodles. Freezer meal number 6 is beef casserole. Now I've done a large dice of barbecue steak, sliced some onions and carrots, and I've added in some extra veggies. I had some capsicum and some grated choco in the freezer I wanted to use up, but you can add in any veggies you like. Now you can use a beef and red wine marinade from the shop, or you can make one yourself. Take 1 cup of beef stock, 1/4 cup of red wine, which is optional, some garlic, salt and pepper, and a tin of crushed tomatoes. This makes a really tasty sauce. Now this meal freezes and defrosts well, and it's a hearty meal, especially when you serve it with some mashed veggies. Freezer meal number 7 is smoky beef and bacon. So take your beef, cut it into strips and cook it. Take your bacon, cut it into strips and cook it. And take some onions, slice them and cook it. You're going to want to add in some garlic, 1 cup of smoky barbecue sauce, 1/2 cup of tomato sauce, and you can thin it down with some water. Make sure you let it cool before you bag it and freeze it flat. This is great when it's served with pasta or some green veggies. Freezer meal number 8 is some Chinese beef. Now we're going to cook our beef mince, which is ground beef, and drain off the excess oil. I'm going to be using a jar sauce, but you can make your own by just using 1 clove of garlic, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, half a cup of water, 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of ginger. Yum, that sounds really good. So make sure you cook it all together and then let it cool down before putting it in the bag. Label it and then freeze it. To serve, just simply reheat in a pan and have with some rice and bok choy. I'm glad that's finished. Here's my freezer meal stockpile. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you try out the recipes. Thanks for watching. God bless.